An exercise I see commonly executed wrong in the gym, and it's actually an exercise I think people shouldn't be doing, they actually do it way too early on in their programming, is the squat. So today, with Reed's help, I'm going to show you a couple of the tips on what you shouldn't be doing when you do the squat, and a couple of my tips on how you can perfect the squat and actually make it an exercise that's going to benefit your programming. So, first of all, Reed's going to show you how the knees buckle in when people do the squat. And up. And up. Okay, you won't see this when you squat yourself, okay, unless you're squatting in front of a mirror. But using a training partner is a very key indicator that your hips and glutes are nowhere near strong enough to squat. The second thing I see done wrong is elbows flared up, wrists cocked back, and a flexion at the upper part of the back in the thoracic area. What Reed will show you now is how the elbow positioning can affect how you go down in the squat. Forward, the elbows come up, and then he lifts. So as he's going down, in many cases when people's shoulders and upper back is not mobile enough, you'll see that his shoulders come forward, which affects him actually flexing into the squat and getting very little bend at the knee. So he'll now flex at the upper back, forward, and you see very little actual range of movement at the hips. And up. Okay, the other thing I see is a break at the hips and no break at the ankles, no break at the knees, sorry, which means effectively it's almost like a good morning exercise. So Reed's going to break at the hips, bend very far forward, come back up. He's going to break at the hips and not at the knee, and then the knee. So it's 2 or 3 different movements. What he actually wants to do is break at the hip and the knee, keeping his chest up and lower all the way down. Come up. Good. So, if you're looking at perfecting this exercise, these are the things I look for. Thumb under the bar, wrist straight, elbows pointing the floor, chest up, a break at the knee and the hip, and lowering to the floor. You'll see Reed goes right down and comes back up. What I'm actually looking for is the hamstring to touch the calf. Now, one of the limitations to Reed's squat is actually his calf muscles. So what I have him do is place his heels on a 2 to 3 inch wedge. We've actually had this one made from Watson Strength, and we use this as a way of improving many of our clients' squats. So again, Reed has his upper back muscles up, his elbows to the floor. He's going to break at the knee and the hip. With his heels elevated, he's going to get a lot more range in this exercise. As you can see, his hamstrings are touching the calf. Come up. He comes back down again. And he comes back up. Great, thank you. So, if you're unable to get extension through the upper part of your back, you have very, very tight shoulders, you have tight hips, very weak glutes, which you remember you'll see from the knees dropping in. You have tight calf muscles. These are big predictors that you're not ready to do the squat yet. My advice to you is to regress, use the split squat, which is also on our YouTube channel, and use the variations of glute strengthening exercises, glute stability exercises, flexibility, and overall strength using exercises such as the back extension and the variations before you progress to the squat.